I have no words. Can this be a no words book review this week? I'm just saying, like, this series, honestly, I can't think of a series that I love more than this series. And that's saying a lot because, like, there's a couple series that are, like, way up there. But the Timeless series by Gabrielle Meyer, can she play with my emotions even more? I'm just saying, this series has just wowed me. Every book, she pulls out the plot, the turns, and the emotions and everything. And I'm just like, I kind of wish I picked this up on the day I got it in the mail, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I don't think I would have been prepared for the emotional roller coaster she put me on. Just, yes. I mean, the first half of the book was really straightforward. Second half of the book, my emotions were so played with, and I was praying for characters. I was praying along with the characters. I was hoping for certain things. I knew certain things were happening or were gonna happen, and I was just like, stop playing with me, Gabrielle, please. Oh, it was so fantastic. 6 stars. One of my favorite books of the year. Is it the favorite? I don't know. I'm gonna have to come down from this book high and see what I think because it was so fantastic. And if you've never picked up this series and you were leery about it, just pick it up. If you want something completely different and emotional and exciting and gets your heart rate up in quite a few moments, pick the series up. If you don't know about it, this is a series of time travelers, women. I think there is talk about a male time traveler, I think, going on in the book, but I just was so thrilled about this book. It was fantastic, just as good as the other two. I can't pick a favorite out of the series. Like, seriously, they were all so good. So these time traveler women in each book, they are a generation of time travelers, and there's other families that have that as well. And so we're following usually girls throughout the time traveler, and they have a mark on when they time travel. So they wake up in one timeline, and then they go to sleep in that timeline, wake up in a different timeline, but it's the same day. So no time has passed. They just live 2 separate different lives. And by the time they're a certain age, they have to pick which timeline they're going to be in, or, of course, God's path will lead them to the one they're supposed to be in. It might not be their choice. But it was just, it was so fantastic. And in this one, well, I mean, we're following sisters in this one, which has not happened in the first 2 books. So we're following sisters in this one. I am going to try really hard not to spoil anything because this is the 3rd book in the series. But just know it was so fascinating. And this one, we're following in 1692 during the Harlem witch trials back then. And then we're following in 1912 during like the beginnings of like aviation and all these like acting and Hollywood and stuff like that. And so both were really incredible storylines, and just the amount of research that Gabrielle does that she mentions in the end of the book, like how she actually went to Salem and those areas in that town to find out more about what really, really happened during those trials. Like not the witchy parts, but how it actually happened, how it came to be, how these women were, pretty much all of them, most if not all of them, were falsely accused of it. And so it was fascinating, and it was just so incredibly good. And I think she does a fantastic job at bringing the timelines to life, and like where you could like differentiate between each timeline. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, it's the same timeline, or it's like there is a differentiation between timelines. So even with the writing, even if it didn't have like the year in each chapter, you still could tell. So it was just so good, so good. And you will see a clip in a future vlog that I just randomly put into another vlog because I was reading the end of the book, and it was just so good. So you have to pick up this series. I definitely recommend reading them in order because you will see a few characters pop up and become minor characters throughout, but oh my goodness, it was so good. And I just hope you pick up this series if you haven't. Most everyone I know has, but if you haven't, it is so fantastic and so good, and you will definitely like it. If you don't, then email me and say I didn't like it, because I don't know. I haven't really met too many people that haven't liked it, but it's just so good. You just need to read it. You need to read it. But anyways, thank you to Baker Publishing and Bethany House for sending me a copy of this book. Oh, I can't thank them enough for the books they send me, but especially this one, because it was so good. It was so good. And so I hope everyone has an amazing day. I will link this down below where you can purchase it from Baker Bookhouse. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.